Hello everyone, I'm Kanika. I'm a yoga teacher, therapist and an EFT practitioner. Topic for today's video is managing depression. Now, I will be talking about depression more as a state of depression rather than depression as an illness or condition. I will clarify it more as we go further with the video. We all go through low phases in life, and there are times when we feel low, we feel depressed, we may feel nothing is interesting, we don't have the energy to wake up in the morning, we feel demotivated, or we don't really enjoy life as much as we used to do before. For some of us, this may be because of certain situations we are facing. It could be because of any stress that we are going through. It could be because of any illness or an injury. It could be because of certain loss, like death of loved ones, or even because of some a failure that we might have faced in our life. But for some people, it can be because of no reason as well. There could be some genetic or biochemical reasons for feeling so as well. Either way, we are feeling depressed because of certain reason, or maybe there is no reason at all. If you are feeling it constantly for most of the time of the day and for quite a long time, and it is also affecting your appetite, your sleep, your energy level, and if you feel it is affecting your work life, it's affecting your relationships, and it's coming in way of your daily functioning, then it may be a good time to get in touch with your medical doctor or go for a proper psychiatric consultation. Now, the suggestions that I'm going to share now, you can practice them alongside any kind of treatment. Some adjustment may need to be made according to that person, or if they are going through any specific situation, but more or less they are good for anyone. To get a little bit better idea about the states of depression, I'm going to use the yogic concept of gunas. So in yoga there are three gunas. There is rajas, there is tamas, and there is sattva. When rajas is in balance, it expresses itself as energy of creativity and activity. When tamas is in balance, it expresses itself as energy of stability. Now, when rajas is not in balance, or there is excessive rajas, it expresses itself as disturbance, it expresses itself as hyperactivity, aggression, or it's a state of agitation. Now, when tamas is in imbalance, it can express itself as dullness, withdrawal, hopelessness, and more or less it's a state of depression or dullness. Now, the third one, sattva. When both rajas and tamas are in balance, that becomes the state of sattva. So, state of sattva is the state of balance, it's a state of equanimity. In terms of nervous system, excessive rajas can be said as a state synonymous to hyperarousal of the nervous system, and something we see when we are feeling anxious. I have shared in detail about anxiety in my Managing Anxiety series. You can have a look at that. And the states of depression or excessive tamas can be synonymous to the state of hypoarousal of the nervous system. And somewhere in between the hyperarousal and the hypoarousal is the window of tolerance. Now, window of tolerance is the term given by a psychiatrist, Dan Siegel. It's basically the state of groundedness, and I think it is quite similar to the state of sattva. I call this balanced state as a state of calm alertness. We are just the right amount of calm, we are just the right amount of alert, so that we feel composed and grounded, yet neither excessive dull nor excessively agitated. There are a couple of reasons why I am sharing about these states, because I want you to recognize what state you or I am in the moment. See, understanding illness, or where is it coming from, or why I'm feeling this way, or how it happened, what is happening, is, I will not say is unnecessary, but is definitely not the primary importance. It's secondary as compared to, first of all, getting aware of what I am experiencing in terms of emotions, in terms of thoughts, in terms of sensations. be accepting all these feelings, sensations, emotions and thoughts. Now by acceptance I don't mean this is how it is, nothing can be done. Acceptance is just a non-judgmental way of looking at ourselves with the states that we are experiencing right now. Third, being aware of our state and accepting what we are feeling right now, finding a way what we can do about it. At times, when we get completely overwhelmed by the situation or we feel stuck, the reason could be simply denial of the situation or what we are feeling. And most of the time it so happens that we are focusing on an external reason. Basically we are focusing on why we are feeling rather than what we are feeling. So I want you to bring your attention to what we are feeling, because this is where we start if we want to change our state. There's another reason why I want to focus more on the state, because most of the times it is possible to change the state that we are experiencing right now as compared to any external situation or even the label of an illness. If we are constantly focusing on the situation or external factor or even the label of the illness, it may feel overwhelming or out of control. Whereas if we break it down and focus on it and look at it state by state, it becomes slightly more easier and manageable to handle. And even that tiny bit of feeling of power on our own states, that we can do something about it, goes long way to have some impact on our overall situation. There's another reason why I want to focus more on the state of the depression, because whereas these two states, the state of anxiety and the state of depression, feel very different in body and mind, but certain mental illnesses like certain depressive disorder may have anxiety as one of the dominant symptoms. So we are just making it easier, and since we are not sitting here to make our own diagnosis, that is the job of doctors and we are going to leave it on them. We are here to take more responsibility about our own state of well-being. So I think this is a better way to look at it. Now what we can do to help ourselves if we are going through such states of depression. Some of the things are common that I share in managing anxiety, something like light exercise, light cardio, light weight training, good balance, healthy diet. Try to include a lot of fruits, vegetables. In fact, there are certain food types which are supposed to be good for your mental health and mood in general. Green therapy, again, I love this. Please spend time out in nature, and there is something very beautiful and very inspiring about nature, that it helps us change our mood and general state of mind. Pet therapy, if you can, get a pet. If you can't, that's completely okay. Art, any kind of art, in fact music, singing, dancing are supposed to be very good for releasing stress and making you feel good. Adopting any mind-body practice, it could be asana practice, breath work, yoga nidra, EFT, Reiki, and there are many more. These are the practices which I teach and I incorporate in my sessions, and I will be sharing about yoga practice in terms of breath work, asana in my coming videos. There are some additional suggestions which you may want to incorporate in your daily life, not just when you're feeling depressed, but in general for your mental well-being. First is sun gazing. I shared a post about it a while back in my Instagram account. Essentially, looking at the sunlight, not by bright sun directly, looking at the sunlight in the early hours of the morning, closer to sunrise, when the sun is still low, it kind of gives a wake-up signal to our system. It also helps to regulate our sleep-wake cycle. Additionally, if you can look at the sun, look at the sky in the evening during dusk, It also reinforces the sleep cycle. Second, if you can avoid looking at any bright light, it could be screens, it could be overhead bright light after 10 o'clock at night, because it disrupts our sleep-wake cycle, and also it is said it activates some pro-depressive circuits in our brain. This information I received from Huberman Lab podcast. If you want to have more information, you can refer to these podcasts. The next one is maintaining a gratitude journal. This may sound silly, weird, and even childish to many, but I have practiced it myself and I know how easily and quickly it can change our state. Yes, if you are going through acute states of depression, you may find it A, irrelevant, B, you may not find anything to be grateful for, but if you decide to find something to be grateful for, you will find. And it needn't be anything big. It could be something as the floor I'm standing on today. And if you find nothing to be grateful for, think about the sun. It comes up every morning without fail. But at times, we are not able to see it because it's covered with clouds. It doesn't mean it is not there. By the way, sun is also there at night. Again, we just can't see it. So I'm 100% sure, should you choose to find, you will find one thing, at least one thing new every day that you can be grateful for. And in fact, by and by, as you practice it every day, you will find new things every day to be grateful for. And this will slowly and gradually increase your awareness about subtle joys in life, which maybe we were not even looking at, or which maybe we were conveniently ignoring and dismissing. When you're practicing gratitude every day, and not just mentally, also just write it down, and every day one new thing, and try to increase up to 5 and maybe more, you will find more things to be grateful for. And as cliche as it may sound, I have worked it myself, so I can definitely guarantee you it absolutely changes the way you look at the things. Make a routine. Now this may sound like as the most challenging thing to do, especially if you're going through an intense feeling of sadness or depression. But if you can just push yourself to do it, or if this thought process helps, that what I'm feeling right now, my feeling, my sensations, my thoughts, and even my emotions may not be giving me the exact true picture of the situation, or maybe I'm misinterpreting the situation. This thought, if you decide or if you choose to look at, may give you some impetus to maybe at least do one task that you have decided to do. And maybe with that one task, you may want to do the second task as well. Now, in case you agree with most of the things that I have suggested, you want to do it, but somehow you're not able to do it, ask for help. Ask for a family member support, ask for a friend support, and if needed, ask for a therapist support. At times, it may be supplemented with some medication, and that is also okay. Most important is to find that power with following some practices, maybe with the help of your friends and family, with the help of therapists, counseling, medications if needed, to find that power, to feel the sense of I can handle that, and to come in that state where we feel calm and alert at the same time, and we feel somewhat grounded and balanced. With this, I'm going to end this video. I'm going to share managing depression with asana practice next, so please stay tuned with that. If you find hope and support from my videos, Please connect with me on my social media accounts and share it with the friends whom you feel can also be benefited. If there are any feedback or suggestions, kindly let me know. If you want to contact me personally, I do give personal sessions. Let me know. You can get my contact details in any of my social media account. And stay healthy and stay well. Thank you.